I don't even know where to begin. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Hey folks. Hey all. I'm kind of nervous. I don't even know how to start this video. Oh my God. Okay. Y'all, I'm about to get really real with you. I'm gonna be vulnerable, raw, real, unfiltered. I have something to share that's very exciting. I'm pregnant.
Sigh.
No, I'm just joking. Oh shit. My bad, y'all. Okay, really though. Recently I started working with Gerard Adams, who is somebody that I admire and have been following for a really long time. And he offered a influencer inner circle program that I was just really intuitively led to joining. It's not really something that I had the money to do, I'll be really honest. However, I felt really strongly about challenging myself and getting out of my comfort zone and taking this season to really level up. And part of our leveling up and part of the beginning of this program was to do a breaking the mask ceremony. So this was an initiation in the program, and it's really designed to break the mask that we wear so that we can be vulnerable and we can step into our purpose, into serving others. And so it said that we wear 3 masks. We wear a mask for the public, we wear a mask for our friends and family, and we wear a mask for ourselves. And so Gerard really challenged us to break those masks. So he designed a ceremony where we really just dove in deep, meditated, and then wrote some letters to ourselves. So the first letter we had to write was a letter to our older self, and in the spirit of forgiveness, forgiving ourselves for all the bullshit, all the hurt and pain that we may have caused ourselves, or in gratitude, for the journey. The second letter that we were supposed to write, or we wrote, was to our younger selves, from now to our maybe like a childhood self. I chose the age maybe between like 5 and 7. It's really an age that I feel I had a lot of wonder, and so I chose to write myself to that age. And then we had to write from that self to ourselves now with our non-dominant hand. So the letter really looks like a 5-year-old wrote it. And then the last letter we were challenged to write is a letter from our higher selves to ourselves now. And so you guys know I've done a lot of self-development work over the years. I have really dove deep into myself and into my spirituality. And some of you may know that I've worked with plant medicine when I was depressed. I've gone through a lot of hard seasons in my life in many regards. And so this is a process that I am continuously welcoming. I really do welcome being out of my comfort zone and growing. So I'll be honest, when I started the ceremony, I was like, okay, I'm just going to write these letters. But as I was writing the letters, it really triggered something in me. And this is something we did a few weeks ago. So for me to be just now sharing this with you is really a testament to what happened when I did the ceremony. So when I wrote to my older self, I just forgave the old me, the old Ruby, for what I didn't know, and for the process, and for the pain that I may have caused myself, or pain that I may have felt from, unhealed wounds. But the next few letters are really what made an impression on me. When I wrote to my younger self, I just sent myself a lot of love as a child. I just wrote myself and told myself to be patient and to, to enjoy the process and to continue to be curious. But when I wrote the letter from my younger self to myself now, that's when I had a real breakthrough, because I realized that as a kid, I was always really curious about the world. I remember being really, really young and sitting in my parents' room and wondering if we were all an alien dream. And if the alien woke up, would we just vanish? And I remember just spiraling, just thinking about death and life and what's before and what's after. And I've always been a seeker. I've always looked for more information. I've always been curious about how things connect. And as a child, I felt that I wasn't really allowed to be curious. I have Mexican immigrant parents, and they had hard childhoods. And my childhood was wholesome. Small town USA, just really wholesome. Grew up with a bunch of cousins. I was seeing my grandma and grandpa on the weekends. We would travel back and forth to Mexico, so I was really connected to my culture. It was really wholesome. But the one thing that I really felt I was still needing to heal was that patience. As a child, I really needed more patience with myself and for others to have patience with me. So because I was so curious, I felt like I was never getting those answers that I wanted. And, as a child, you're just really told what to do and told what to think and told how to be. So that just was something that, really hurt me and that I hadn't healed. And I was allowing other people's timelines, other people's paradigms, other people's expectations to really dictate how I moved. And I allowed that because I was in a space as a child and growing up where that is how I had to survive. So I really turned into more of a people pleaser and really, really focusing on how I could help others feel better, or how I could be of service to others before really myself. So I'm a natural giver, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I do feel that I never did that for myself. And so after writing that letter, I really realized that I needed to be patient with myself. And so for the past couple of weeks, I've really given myself the time to process through it. And Gerard was saying it. We have phone calls every week. He mentioned that there's going to be an integration period, and this is not necessarily new to me. I've worked with ayahuasca and Huachuma or San Pedro, and after the realizations from those plant medicines and from those experiences, which I have yet to share with you guys, I've realized that it does take time to integrate, those lessons and to let that growth really come over you. And so I was allowing myself that time to do that. And so in the meantime, I've just been really, really trying to be raw and real and open and authentic with myself before I present it to the world. So the inner circle, what it's all about is just empowering us to really step into our authenticity, to take off that mask, and to, be leaders and be here to serve, and to really figure out how we can do that, and to use social media and to use our platforms to share stories and to, really serve a community, create a community. And so that's what I've been doing. And I wanted to share that because it's really important for me to express that I have been wearing a mask. We have to own it. Gerard shared a really powerful story last night about, a piece of content, a video that he put out where he had to own some of his past behavior. And man, it really resonated with me because I'm owning that I had been giving my power away. I'm right now owning that I have not been patient with myself, or that I have been harsh on myself and holding myself to standards that aren't Ruby. And I really need to own those things. You know, those are not really pretty things. I haven't owned my vulnerability. I haven't owned some of my experiences. And I'm really here to tell you that I'm gonna own those things. They're all a part of me. And there's no reason for us to be just making a highlight reel on Instagram or on Twitter or on YouTube. You know, we really should be putting ourselves out there authentically, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and really owning all of those things, because we're multidimensional, we're multifaceted. I myself am multi-passionate. I don't just have one thing that I love to do. I have multiple. So for me, it was really important to just hone in on that, and not only hone in on the fact that I needed to own that I love a bunch of stuff, and that I'm all over the place sometimes, and that I'm chronically tardy. Oh my gosh, that one hurt, because that's one of my biggest vulnerabilities is me being late. And I talked to a friend recently about this, and he said that, you know, he always thought of me as just being fashionably late, and it was never an issue. But for me, it's an issue every time. And it's just something that I have been working on since I can remember. I have not mastered time yet. And so, you know, that's me. I can own it. I can be in the process, and I don't want to feel bad about it anymore. I want to be real, and I want to be honest, and I want to be open with you guys. So I'm going to be making more content. I'm going to be sharing more of myself, more of my process, more of my story, because, you know, it's going to help me, and it could help you. And we could connect on something that you didn't know about me. And we could connect on our struggles, or on our wins, or on the direction that we're on like on the path that we're on. We could be connecting on all of those things. So that's what I'm declaring right now. I'm taking off the mask. I am going to be myself, real, raw, uncut, vulnerable, and I just hope that I can connect with some of you on, you know, all of the things that I'm going to share, because I'm going to be sharing things that I've been scared to talk to people about. My experiences with ayahuasca. Some of you know that I've done that. A lot of people don't. You know, just other challenges, working in male-dominated industries, working in sales for a long time. I was a car salesman for many years. I worked in the car industry, and that was rough, y'all. How hard college was for me, the experiences that I went through, and I'm just not going to hold back anymore. So I encourage you, if you're wearing a mask, think about it. Think about taking it off. What's your mask that you wear with the public? What's your mask that you wear with your friends and family? And what is the mask that you wear when you're in the mirror? Take it off. And hold me accountable, y'all. Because that is something else that I have to own, is that sometimes I'm in my own world. I'm in my own world. I'm in my own zone. And I need accountability partners too. So I'm looking at you guys. Keep me accountable. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be authentic. And I just hope that I'm able to spread love and peace and joy. And that is what I wish for you. I'm sending you guys love. Thank you for listening. Okay, bye.